today marks the release of Metroid Prime 4, a game that's been in the works for over 8 years. So to jump on that sweet, sweet hype train, I've made a video. I started by scouring the internet for the best prices the web has to offer, as well as some of the different combinations of the games you could buy to experience the full trilogy. Do you go fully retro, just the Wii games, or skip that altogether and just watch a YouTube recap? So let's break it down together. How do you catch up on Samus's adventures in 2025 without spending a fortune, or resorting to questionable methods? Surprising nobody, there are 3 games in the current Metroid Prime trilogy. Metroid Prime was released in 2002 on the Nintendo GameCube. Answering a distress call from a space pirate frigate, Samus finds the place in an absolute shambles, and watches Ridley, now upgraded to a sort of RoboCop wannabe, leg it to the planet below. She follows him to Talon 4, a world poisoned with Phazon, the space pirate's favourite performance-enhancing drug of choice. As she explores, she uncovers Chozo ruins, scans a mountain of space pirates' dirty diary entries, which all kind of boil down to Phazon's great and nothing can go wrong with this sick gains I'm getting, and slowly pieces together how the planet was corrupted when a Leviathan meteor crashed there. Next in the series comes Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Released on the GameCube again, back in 2004, Samus is called in again after a Galactic Federation research facility on the planet Tanamar is attacked by Silas and his squad of space pirates. Things get weird fast. Metroids appear to be fusing with other life forms, giving Silas some very creepy Darren Brown mind-reading abilities. Also, she's guarding a mysterious artifact that the Federation desperately wants to protect. During the fight, Silas blows up the artifact, triggering a shockwave that spirals Samus off into Viros, a lush alien jungle world that feels ancient and alive. The final game in the trilogy is Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, a 2007 game released on Nintendo's Waggle Factory, the Wii. Samus turns up to a Federation briefing and shockingly everything goes immediately wrong. Again, the space pirates crash the party. Again, the power goes out. Again, and Ridley drops in for his legally required boss fight. Again. During the chaos, Samus and several other hunters get blasted with Phazon, which the Federation casually insists, yeah, it's fine. She's sent out to shut down massive Leviathan seeds, infecting entire planets, but the Phazon in her suit starts turning her into a walking biohazard. The other hunters aren't so lucky. Each one's corrupted, goes rogue, and becomes a boss fight just waiting to happen. Now, that's the games very, very briefly covered. You could leave it there for basically a free catch-up on the trilogy, or you could doom scroll YouTube for some deep lore before diving into part 4. With all of these options that I'm proposing, all you're going to need is a Wii and a dream, a slash and a hope, a piss and some... Where was I going with this? You need a Wii, a Nintendo Wii. Even 20 years later, that name is batshit. A Wii can be picked up for as little as $19.95 on eBay if you're willing to take a risk, and if not, they're available for £45 at CEX. That includes their 5-year warranty. Although, I still have a launch day Wii and it's going strong. Wiis really were built to last. From here you've got 2 options. Buying the games individually. I found all 3 games separately for a total of $41.71. Also, you're going to need to grab yourself a GameCube controller as well. So a fully retro option comes to a total of £70.65p, which for 3 classic games, a Wii and a GameCube controller, it's not bad. Now option 2, still sitting under the fully retro umbrella, starts out the same as option 1. Grab yourself a cheap Wii, then scour the internet for a copy of the Metroid Prime trilogy. Currently prices are between £60 to £100 on eBay. The cheapest I've managed to find so far is £66.48, including delivery. Or you can grab it at CEX for £70, which all sounds pretty reasonable. This brings your total spend to £86.43 for option 2. Again, not a bad option to play some of the best games released since the birth of video games. This is the route I've decided to take when I eventually get round to replaying the Metroid Prime trilogy before jumping into Prime 4. To start with, we need a Switch. I'm not going to include this into the cost of my roundup, mainly because if you haven't got a Switch or a Switch 2, playing Metroid Prime 4 is going to be pretty tricky. Next up is grabbing a copy of the recent Prime 1 Remaster. This offers you the best visuals and improved controller support, no more single analog stick gameplay, as well as the convenience of being able to play in the bath. For the Prime Remaster, Second-hand prices seem to be hovering around the £30 mark, or you can get a brand new copy on Amazon for 35 quid and have it in your pocket the very next day. Totalling up this option takes us to £84.60, just under the cost of the full Wii versions. Yes, you need to spend nearly 85 quid, but with some modern games costing nearly this much, you get to experience some of the best games Nintendo has to offer. Now, if you're strapped for cash and are hoping for a copy of Prime Full from Santa this year, then what better way to catch up on the story than grab some popcorn, a free trial of YouTube Premium to avoid the ads, and lock yourself into a dark room. You could pick a high quality recap. I really enjoyed Liam Triforce's Metroid Prime Trilogy retrospective from February 2020. It's a beautifully produced redux, turning 48 hours of gameplay into a 2-hour watching marathon. I've stuck a link in the description for anyone who wants to go and enjoy this themselves. Or go all out and watch a full playthrough if you're a child with time to kill. Now, doing it this way, you are missing out on some cracking gameplay, by saving tons of time. Although, we're gamers, so in an ideal world, we really would be playing the games. You're diving into Metroid Prime 4 blind, you're missing out. These actually are some of the best games Nintendo's ever made. You could wait it out, you never know, Nintendo might add some of these to the Switch Online service. But the longer you wait, the more expensive these things are going to get. Also, let me know in the comments if you're interested in playing the Metroid Prime Trilogy again, or if you found a cheaper way to play them. And hey, if there's any other backlog busting you want me to do, just let me know. I've got nothing but time on my hands. Well, until the release of Metroid Prime 4, that is. Oh shit, that's right now. See you later. Bye.